Hey everyone, it's Michelle back here for Together We Are Mondays, and I actually have the question and the topic of the week. This week I would love it if we could talk about Christmas because the season is approaching pretty rapidly, and Christmas is a mere, like 2 weeks away, and I know that with eating disorders, it's a very stressful time. I know last year was just so nerve-wracking because you want to stay in recovery and you don't want things to trigger you, but then again, are you staying so immersed in your eating disorder that you're getting worse? But I think that what I want to talk about this week, and you guys can offer your insights. Also, if you have any suggestions that you want to post in video comments, or you just want to comment them below, or if you have anything else that you want to add to what I'm saying, feel free to make a video response. I love getting video responses. But I think that the thing that I definitely want to talk about is how to deal with the stress and the feelings that come with food in large quantities. Um, and I know somebody's probably addressed this because Christmas is the one topic that you can talk about a million times and still not have enough answers. So basically, my first thing to offer to you guys, because I know I'm doing it, is getting ready for this Christmas season by making sure that you have in mind what are good coping skills. Um, for example, like, I don't know, I know like in my recovery, I am really into art. I'm really into doing something with my hands and creating something. Can be abstract art, it could be a direct art. Um, it's like that tie that I like. I don't know. So I make sure that I have loads of creative arts things on me. I make sure that I have construction paper. I make sure I have glue, colored pencils, crayons, magazines to make collages. I make sure that I have water bottles and jars and things that I can just do stuff with, tissue paper. There's so many things, and if you guys want me to write a list of things, like I'll put that below if you guys want that. And like having those things on hand so that you know you can readily use them is definitely a good thing to have. The one thing, it's actually interesting. I want to show it to you. It's over here, so it'll take me a second to grab it. But I have I have something that I want to do with my therapist, and I, I went out yesterday and I bought a mask, and I want to do something with it. So like even going to an arts and crafts store and getting something like this, if you're into art, which I am. Also, if you guys have any suggestions with what I could do with this, give me a heads up. Yeah, but I think that going to an art store, getting those things, that's a way to do it, to get ready for the season. Or if maybe writing's your thing, make sure that you have loads of paper on you at all times. Make sure that you have time to write, and even if it's writing your feelings, whether it's writing about being in the moment, like sometimes when you get so involved in food, you're thinking of the future. I know, like with my eating disorder, it's always been what's coming up next. Okay, dinner is going to be this, there's going to be this much food there, it's going to be whatever, and it keeps going. And by writing down, even if it's just to bring you to the present moment, maybe not recognizing your fear, but if it was, for example, writing down, I'm sitting in my room right now, talking to my video camera, making a video for YouTube, blah, 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 etc. That would bring you more to the present moment. So definitely have paper on you. Also, make sure if you're into music that you can have a CD of support songs that you have on you whenever you want it. I will post a list of support songs down below that I have found beneficial in my recovery. And like just songs that make you feel good, like upbeat ones. They're not really Christmas ones, but they're definitely something that when you're having one of those downing moments, that pulls you back up. So having these coping things with you will definitely help with like alleviating the stress that comes with the season. But I think that because the main priority is food, I think that it's something we need to talk about. I know I was watching Cian Conway. Don't know how to pronounce your name if you're watching this. But her YouTube channel, she just made a video about anorexia at Christmas and how like to deal with the food, and she had said something that I totally agree with staying like away from the kitchen, and don't let yourself become so obsessed with food that you can't celebrate anything else, and you have to be there at all times making sure the food's being prepared this way or that. And if it's a possibility, why not bring it to your parents and ask them if you can make a dish because you want to contribute something. That would give you something to do, whereas you're not like getting in the way trying to see what's going on in all the food being made. But definitely, I would say stay away from the kitchen. Get a slew of movies. Get whatever you want to do. Hang out with friends. Just get your mind off of food by pulling distractions in, or you could use like some of the other stuff that I mentioned before. But I think that like besides staying out of the kitchen, I know last year my thoughts were always, oh my gosh, I'm gonna binge, so I can't eat anything because I don't want myself to binge, obviously. So you wanted to cut back. And I think that in a way, it's true. We don't want to end Christmas with a binge and then a purge. That's not fun. But restricting yourself so much that you're not actually enjoying the holiday isn't really the best way to go about it either. And so, my suggestion with that is have a plate. I know this will sound really weird, but have a plate that you're comfortable with. Like, whether it be slightly smaller than somebody else's, or just a plate you feel comfortable with. I know I did a creative art plate, and so it's painted and like it has like a support phrase on it that I get but nobody else gets, and just like having something that comforts you, and recognizing that the food is there and like you can put it on your plate, and definitely like just, I don't know, relaxing with the food. It is a very stressful time with the desserts and stuff, and I know family outings with desserts and like, I have a very big family on my dad's side, yeah, and my dad's one of 8, so there's always the 8 siblings with their brothers and sisters who get together, with their wives and husbands, I mean, getting together, and then there's 26 grandchildren, so we all get together. It's a really big family. And so when you have everybody there, it gets very like stressful, like because they'll just put out the desserts and it's like go get them type of stuff. So I think that the way to deal with that, or the way that I like to deal with that, is as soon as the desserts go out, to like take a step back. Like you don't need to go and binge on a whole thing of pie. You don't need to do that. You don't need to like immediately rush to the food. Other people can go and you can just chill and like sit with where you're at. Bring yourself to your present moment and like recognize like, are you actually hungry? I know like your eyes are bigger than your stomach is a phrase, and at Christmas times it seems true. And basically like my experience has always been that if I like chill and sit and maybe finish my cup of tea that I'm having, that the holiday, like by that time, it won't be so stressful because the food will somewhat be taken, and there's just gonna be a little bit left and you can choose from that. Which isn't saying that you should ignore dessert altogether, but if you're not hungry for dessert, don't push yourself to have anything. And I think that that calls into recognition of your body, and recognizing, are you really hungry, or are you just thirsty? I know like I'm always dehydrated. I've been dehydrated for years, and I am slowly starting to realize that like sometimes when I think I'm hungry, it's actually thirst. Like I'm dying of thirst and I need to like quench that. So even if you like try like taking a sip of something before you go for your second piece of pie, because if you have a slice of pie, and I love pie, that's why I'm saying pie, because I don't like cake. It's disgusting. But if you were to have that first piece of pie and then like 3 seconds later you're like starving and you want another piece of pie, maybe it's not you're really hungry for it, but more like you're just thirsty. So definitely try like using liquids is a transition between meals. Is mainly if it's like right after you just ate, you know? If it's like 4 hours since you last ate, I would say try food. But I think I've rambled for 10 minutes now. I hope that you got something from this video. Again, the weekly question is just about Christmas, coping skills that you want to present, or dealing with the thoughts coming to mind, and just getting used to like that feeling that, oh, it's Christmas, you know. And so my question of the week is, I didn't think about this yet. Question of the week will be, it's a good question. No, you guys all need to answer this because I'm taking forever to figure out what I want. What? Oh, I know. Okay, I was going to do, what is your favorite pro recovery quote, or like hopeful quote, like strength quote, like that type of stuff, inspirational quote. I actually have like a few, you know, it's kind of cheating, you know, but I love the quote, and it's actually, if you guys can see it, written on this right here. It says, "A friend walks in when everyone else walks out." And I think that's definitely an important thing to remember during this holiday season. Having friends that you can go to support is like awesome. So see like in advance if you could talk to any of them. That's definitely a thing to try. I don't know, I just love that quote. The other quote that I love is, "I'm only one voice in a million, but you ain't taking that voice from me." That quote's by Natasha Bedingfield, and I think it really like, it shows that your eating disorder is not going to take your voice anymore, and you're finally standing up for yourself. Yeah, so please post your quotes. I love quotes. Yeah, just post them down below, or you can make a video message. Feel free to do either. Yep. Okay, so I will see you guys next Monday. I'm sorry this video turned out really long. And, yep. Okay, bye.